how we can help children become more joyful, one of the ways is through our interactions with them. Be there when they need to speak to us. Another thing I think today, which parents or even adults who may have children in their home can help with regard to keeping children more happier or grow into happier adults, is by reducing the number of minutes or hours they spend in engaging with technological devices. How can you celebrate life? I know when we talk about celebration, it depends from person to person. For some, it could just be celebration, could be having a party, or maybe going out for a dinner to a restaurant, or a lunch to a restaurant, or something on that scale. But for some, it could also mean spending some very good quality time with family and just spending time conversing with them, engaging with them. That could be seen as celebration. Another thing is about facing fear, right, speaking up for the right. Now that is something which does add to our happiness. How? Well, let me give you an example. Supposing you are seeing something which is not very fair, would you like to take it up and speak about it? As a child, I want you to go back to your childhood years. Were you ever encouraged to speak up for something that what you have seen is not right or fair? If the answer is yes, I'm sure it would have given you a sense of happiness because of the freedom you enjoyed that you got from the freedom of speech. Encourage children to speak their mind. Let them be able to speak without fear, without a certain sense of upsetting anybody. That's extremely, extremely crucial. Imagine if you are experiencing the illness of a loved one and you are completely busy taking care, and you are facing another challenge along with it. How would your thoughts be? Would your thoughts be one of self-pity? Or would your thoughts be about what is there right now that we can feel so thankful to God about, or so grateful about? I would like all of you to please think about what I have just now mentioned, because this is something which can help us be happier in many, many ways. So practicing gratitude is something that can help us become happier as an adult and enable children to grow up into happier adults. Now, when you talk about nurturing creativity, is sometimes it may not be easy for us to immediately note the kind of ability a child has. How do we immediately note that? We give the child opportunities to learn without having to say too many times, no, no, no. Now, I think when it comes to understanding potential and talent, I would probably be different today as a mother than compared to how I was years ago. So nurturing children's talents need not necessarily mean asking them to scribble. It can also very, very simply mean giving them the chance to bloom, find out what they like, spend time with them, and encourage them immensely. I don't necessarily like to indulge them from that perspective unless I believe, okay, fine, let them have it. But I don't like to indulge them based on what their peers might say. Because sometimes parents say, they tell me that, oh, because his friends have got it or her friends have got it. So we don't want her to feel bad. Now, the key here is not about pressure or about the kind of belief a child has when it comes to looking at others and saying, oh, that person has got it and I want it. I think more importantly, we need to help a child look down at people who have been struggling so that they are able to realize that they have so much than looking at people who may have a lot more things than they have. So the key here is to make a child feel extremely grateful in terms of what they have rather than what they don't have. And for that purpose, we may have to tell them, sorry, you're not able to get it. It doesn't matter whether your friends have it. There are lots of children who may not have so much of what you have. Having a growth mindset. When I talk about growth mindset, I'm just talking about how open are we to learning something new? Is there anything new that we would like to learn? Are we open about it? Or do we believe that, no, I don't have anything to learn. I have learned what I have wanted. So that does not really help us to be happier. So developing a child's mindset to get into a growth mindset will help the child become a lot more conscious about progress and improvement. That ability to learn things, like now this was something which I was not feeling comfortable about learning, because okay, I don't mind forgiving, but if I'm hurt so much, my mind is going to ask, why? Why should I forgive? Is the first question that comes to me. Then I realized that, no, we need to give sometimes, not sometimes, we need to give a chance as much as possible. If someone tells you sorry, are we willing to give them a chance, an opportunity to be who they are? Another thing I would like to share here is about keeping it simple. When I say keep it simple, is be someone who is easy to approach and who is simple at heart. When I say simple at heart, doesn't mean that we shouldn't buy anything and we shouldn't be we should be all the time kind of trying to really tone down how we are in terms of our lifestyle. I'm not trying to say that. But have a simple and a humble kind of a mindset. That also, if we develop that in a child, the child can grow up into a happier person. And I think that's so important. Being who you are, no matter what you achieve. So keep it simple. Simplicity is something which helps you, or which will help a child be balanced in terms of life. So whether the child becomes a huge wealthy tycoon or is having a reasonably stable financial background, the simplicity in approach to life or with people will remain the same. And that would also help someone become a lot happier in life.